So we make German sugar cookies called Hanseaten. 20 ounces of flour I use, 10 ounces of sugar, regular sugar, 10 ounces of butter. Then I use 3 eggs and 2 of those bags with vanilla sugar. It gives vanilla taste. And not to forget a pinch of salt. I should use a crinkle cookie cutter with like a lot smaller and more tiny crinkles in there, but that's all I have, and a rolling pin to roll out the dough. And then first we have to stir it all together to make the dough, and then once we have the dough made, we cool it in the fridge for an hour, and we preheat our oven to 333 degrees Fahrenheit. So while I roll the dough out and cut the cookies out, I can explain a little bit to those cookies. So people usually do like make sugar cookies, and there is a certain amount of sugar and butter in there, that's fine, but those here are extreme. There's like a lot of sugar in there, a lot of butter, and there is another set of sugar on top. This thing was invented in the 13th century by a baker, and he used the colors of the city flag, red and white, to put the icing on there, on the cookies. So for that reason, let's bake this thing first here. So once we have it cut out, we put it in the oven for 15 minutes, bake it nicely, and once we are done baking, we have to let them cool down for a little bit until they are really cold. There they are, and we wait for them to be cold. Once they are cold, we get more sugar out. We need sugar, sugar, sugar. We have strawberry jam, and we put this in the middle in between 2 cookies. Yeah, show this on the first one in slow, and then I go fast forward this again. We don't want it to squish out on the sides, but we want like a nice portion of strawberry jam on there. 8, 9, 10 of them I made, and then I did a few airplanes just for the heck of it. With lemon juice is what I use, and confectionate sugar to make the icing. First I make white icing because I need the colors white and red, and put first the sugar on there and a little bit lemon juice, and we make a very thick icing. The thing with this icing is you have to stir, 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 and stir, and stir, and more, and more, and more, and add more and more and more sugar to it to make it really thick. It takes a while. Now in this case I think I made it a little bit too thick, but alright. So we paint the first half of the cookies. Watch how I do this here, and I want real thick icing on there. So I'm gonna fast forward again. Half. Now, if you make enough icing for the whole cookies, that's great. I did not make enough, so I have to add sugar and juice. And then I put red food coloring into this mix to make a real nice red color. Now, as I said, the colors of the city of Lübeck there in Germany are white and red. If you have something else, if you do green and white or blue and white or whatever, if you have favorite colors, go ahead and use different colors. That should not change the taste of it. As you can see here, I'm speeding it up again. And thick is the key to it. Thick icing. There you go, that looks very good. Now, the longer they sit, the better. 2 days out in the open, and they will taste fantastic.